From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
It's everything but smiles for local law enforcement officials and drug counselors as a new drug has hit the streets and, more importantly, our schools. It has a friendly name and an inviting look, but it can kill. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. It's a new street drug that looks like a piece of chocolate. The candy-like hallucinogen is called Smiles, or 2C1, and has already been linked to several deaths, including young teens. Now that Smiles has been created and is showing up in schools all over the country, synthetic drugs like bath salts and spice are no longer poison control's top priority. The psychedelic drug has side effects similar to ecstasy and LSD and can leave adult users tripping for days. But the drug also brings some scary side effects.
Temperature is oftentimes the most fatal of the consequences, and the body temperature can hit 105. Mortality can happen at almost any point. Blood pressure, of course, if it spikes too high, but all of these things really just go to say a body under extreme stress. And those are adult consequences that you were reading here. So if you put that same volume of drug into a very tiny body, the results could be catastrophic.
Catastrophic and even deadly. The drug has now been blamed for several teen deaths, even in Pennsylvania. Now, although the drug can be found coated with chocolate, Payne warns the public that it can be altered to look different. Payne adds that the drug has reached Pennsylvania, but he hasn't yet been exposed to Smiles here locally just yet. Drugs and drinking alcohol continue to be big problems amongst teens, but a sip of good news was released this week by the Centers for Disease Control that may ease the mind somewhat of parents and teenage drivers. The study shows the number of teens across the United States that drink and drive has dropped significantly over the past 2 decades. The results were released in a publication called Vital Signs, including data from surveys of high school students aged 16 and older concerning their alcohol use. In the end, 57% less teens reported drinking and driving than 20 years ago when the survey first started. All 50 states require you to be 21 to purchase alcohol. However, nearly 1 million students report having consumed alcohol before driving last year. All states have adopted zero-tolerance laws that make driving with any level of alcohol in the blood illegal for minors. Adults may drive legally with a blood alcohol level lower than 0.08%. Now, organizations such as Mothers Against Drunk Drivers and Students Against Destructive Decisions, in conjunction with school programs, lead awareness campaigns about the dangers of drinking and driving. Often these campaigns include accident reenactments to make real for students the devastating consequences of bad decisions. A Hazleton police officer was hurt during an altercation with a wanted man Thursday night. Bryant Peguero of Hazleton is now behind bars. Police say they were called to 135 East Noble Street Thursday around 8:30. Someone at the home dialed 911 to report a suspicious man standing outside who possibly had a warrant for his arrest. When police found Peguero, he first gave them a false name, struck the police officer, and tried running. Officers continued to try and take Peguero into custody, but he continued to be combative. One police officer was hurt and taken to the hospital. Peguero was indeed a wanted man, and in addition to the charges he already faced, he is now slapped with a long list of some new serious charges, including assault and possession of drugs. No word tonight on how the injured police officer is doing. Well, the Keystone State is mourning the loss of a state trooper killed Thursday while on duty. 47-year-old Trooper Blake Coble was only 3 months from retirement, but was killed when a tractor trailer ran a stop sign at a rural Beaver County intersection and hit his cruiser. Trooper Coble worked out of the Beaver County Barracks, where his wife was also a dispatcher, and he was on routine patrol when that crash happened. The truck driver was questioned after the accident, but no charges have been filed. Troopers reconstructed the accident scene and said from the evidence that the truck driver clearly ran the stop sign at a high rate of speed. Trooper Coble leaves behind his wife, and he had 2 children, ages 6 and 8. A Wilkes-Barre police officer was hurt in the line of duty earlier today after being shot in the leg. It happened in the Sherman Hills apartment complex. Police and U.S. Marshals went to that complex to serve a warrant on an attempted homicide suspect out of Philadelphia. 29-year-old Robert Montgomery Jr., who investigators learned was staying with his father there. Montgomery engaged in a shootout with police and was killed. His father, Robert Montgomery Sr., was also shot. Sergeant Matthew Stash of the Wilkes-Barre Police Department was shot in his right leg. Now, his injuries, we're told, were not life-threatening. No word tonight on the condition of Montgomery's father. Well, did you know that 1 in every 4 women will experience domestic violence in her lifetime? And an estimated 1.3 million women are victims of a physical assault by an intimate partner each year. Did you know 85% of domestic violence victims are women, and historically, females have been most often victimized by someone they knew? Did you know most cases of domestic violence are never reported to the police? And finally, did you know almost 1/3 of female homicide victims that are reported in police records are killed by an intimate partner? Disturbing, scary, yet real facts about domestic violence. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which evolved from the first day of unity observed in October of 1981 by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. The intent was to connect battered women's advocates across the nation who were working to end violence against women and their children. The Day of Unity soon became a special week when a range of activities were conducted at the local, state, and national levels. These activities were as varied and diverse as the program sponsors, but had common themes: mourning those who have died because of domestic violence, celebrating those who have survived, and connecting those who work to end violence. In October of 1987, the first Domestic Violence Awareness Month was observed. That same year, the first national toll-free hotline started. In 1989, the first Domestic Violence Awareness Month commemorative legislation was officially passed by the U.S. Congress. Now, if you feel you or someone you know is the victim of domestic violence, tell someone before it's too late. You can reach out to the Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Stay with us tonight on News 13. Students at one school said peace out to bullying today in a big way. And if the mayor has anything to do with it, it's a new job for an already City of Hazleton employee. But first, firefighters in West Hazleton fought a fierce car fire Thursday night. Was this an accident?
It's time for Movie Minute here on News 13, your weekly look at what's playing inside Regal Cinema 10 just outside the Laurel Mall. Hitting theaters this weekend, Frankenweenie in 2D and 3D. After unexpectedly losing his beloved dog Sparky, young Victor harnesses the power of science to bring his best friend back to life with just a few minor adjustments. Taken 2 hits theaters as well. Brian Mills, a retired CIA agent with a particular set of skills, stops at nothing to save his daughter Kim from Albanian kidnappers. For showtimes at Regal Cinema 10, you can give them a call at 450-7454, or to speak to a movie attendant, give them a call at 450-7340. And to find the entire Regal Cinema schedule of movies and showtimes, visit our website at ssdtv.com.
What sparked this SUV to go up in flames Thursday night? Well, we don't know the answer, but as you can see, the BMW was almost completely engulfed in flames by the time firefighters got there. This SUV was parked around 22nd Street and Cindy Drive in West Hazelton Borough. The vehicle is a total loss. No word on how the fire started. Officials called for a state police fire marshal to respond to the scene and help investigate. Some witnesses in the area told News 13 that the SUV may have been purposely torched. 3 vehicles, including a tractor-trailer, were involved in an accident along Interstate 81 earlier today. It happened in between the New Angola and Nanticoke exits northbound. The big rig was owned by S&H Express. The minivan ended up pretty smashed up, and the other car involved also had some damage. No word on how the accident happened. A trooper was there gathering information. No one was hurt after this interstate crash. The weekend is here, and you better have 2 separate wardrobes out because Mother Nature's going from one extreme to another. 54 will be our low tonight in Schuylkill County under partly cloudy skies. And then as we go into tomorrow, well, today was rather warm, but tomorrow you see we're going to cool off a bit at 67, partly sunny skies taking you through the day with a slight chance of showers. But make sure you stay tuned because it's going to get a lot chillier as that weekend goes on. A nice rainbow from Casavillan Cabrera of the Hazelton Elementary School. This is tonight's creative condition, and we say thank you for the artwork to help bring the greater Hazelton forecast tonight. We'll see isolated showers sometime later this evening with increasing clouds and a low to 51. For your Saturday, look for it to be cloudy skies, then gradually becoming sunny, and we're only hitting 61 degrees. We're going to see a high of only about 50. We'll tell you when coming up later. On your screen right now, your winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Your daily number 420, Big 4 4426, Quinto 42172, and Treasure Hunt 1691427. Double draw in Quinto this afternoon, we've got 69796.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news for tonight. Happy 6th birthday to Zachary Bresnak. Love from Mom, Dad, Sister Mackenzie, Nana, Baba, Kayla, Will, and family. Also tonight, happy 21st birthday to Krista. Love from Mom, Mamie, Bones, and Hammy. Happy 89th birthday to Mike Barna. Love from Bob, Annette, Bobby, and Matt. Happy birthday, Elsie Pashar. Love from your brother Mike and Helen. And tonight's Talk of the Town report. This Saturday, October 6th, PPL will be holding the Susquehanna Fall Festival at the Energy Information Center. It'll be a day filled with fun, food, and community appreciation with hay rides, face and pumpkin painting, and other activities for children and adults. For more information, please call 570-542-2886. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Keith M. McLaughlin, formerly of Hazelton. Funeral is Monday at 2:30 p.m. at the Grace Fellowship Church. Friends may call Monday from 1:30 p.m. until the time of service. The Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Eleanor H. Kronick of Whitehaven. Funeral arrangements are pending from the Lehman Family Funeral Service. Gladys S. Roberts of Hazel Township. Funeral services will be held Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the John J. Pustay Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday beginning at 8 a.m. Barbara L. Pepsney of West Hazelton. Mass will be held Saturday at 9:30 a.m. in the Holy Name of Jesus Parish at Transfiguration Church. No public viewing is scheduled. The Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Dominic R. Marsit, formerly of Cunningham. Mass is Saturday at 11 a.m. in the Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call at the church beginning at 9:30. The Fierro Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Michael C. McConnell of Freeland. Funeral is Monday at 7 p.m. from the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Judith Ann Minuti of Yardley. Funeral is Tuesday at 11 a.m. from the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Mary Ann Marie Searfoss of Whitehaven. Arrangements are by the Lehman Family Funeral Service. And Gloria C. Balonis, formerly of Hazelton. Services will be held at a later date. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle building.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
Couldn't ask for much better Friday night weather-wise for high school football. After all, we are now into week 6 of the high school football season. We're into October, and it is supposed to be spectacularly wonderful tonight weather-wise, so you might want to go out and check one of the games. Right here in Hazleton, the Cougars come back home after splitting games. They won in Williamsport, lost in Pittston on the 2-game road trip, and they come in to Harmon Geist with a 1-4 record tonight, and quite honestly are desperate for a win. Now, they're going to try to get it against the Crestwood Comets. The Comets have looked good at times this year. They've looked not so good. Coach Jim Drumhiller really believes this is a winnable game for the Cougars, and indeed, they're going to need it. We'll wait and see. Kickoff 7:05. Meanwhile, Marion, can they keep the roll going? They're over Panther Valley tonight. Stan Dukoski's club just been absolutely perfect so far this year. Tamaqua off to a good start goes to North Schuylkill. Kind of a mismatch here. Tunkhannock going into Berwick. Wyoming Valley West and Stroudsburg, that's going to be an interesting one. Now, that's not a Wyoming Valley Conference game, but Valley West pretty good. Stroudsburg pretty good. So let's see. Something's got to give tonight up there in the Poconos. Meanwhile, Pottsville hosts Conrad Weisner. Scranton and West Scranton, Abington Heights at Valley View, and North Pocono, Delaware Valley. That's some of the key games tonight. Tomorrow, down in the Lehigh Valley, Whitehall and Becca, Pittston and Dallas in the Back Mountain. Liberty plays Allentown Central Catholic, and Wallenpulpack and Scranton Prep. They're going to be going at it as well, so we will wait and see how that pans out tomorrow. Now, one soccer game tonight. The Hazleton Lady Cougars are on the road. They're up in Pittston. That one just getting started in girls soccer. Yesterday on the high school ranks, the Marion Phillies, well, I guess you could say they got tested. They only won 3-1. Usually it's 3-0 in the Schuylkill League. But Mary Kate Shirkness was at her normal thing yesterday and helped lead Marion 3-1 over the Golden Girls. Meanwhile, Pottsville, straight set winners over Tamaqua, and MMI, likewise over Pittston, as Marina DiSabella had herself a pretty good game for Sean Evans Prepper. Back to schedules, NFL football. Nate Eachus and his Kansas City Chiefs, who are looking for a win, they got a tough task. They're playing the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be in KC. Meanwhile, the New York Football Giants try to rebound. They play the Cleveland Browns Sunday at 1. And we got the Pennsylvania Bowl going on. The Eagles and the Steelers out at Heinz Field. That's always fun. Major League Baseball, well, I guess you could say an unprecedented day today. First time ever, 1-game wild card playoff. You got the Orioles down in Texas. That's the nightcap. And the game that's starting right about now, St. Louis and the Atlanta Braves. Remember, this is one and done. The winner goes in, the loser is out. That's the double wild card setup for this year. Now, we told you the Phils, of course, not in the playoffs first time since 2006. Well, you might have an idea what their future plans are. We know Charlie Manuel's not going to be there forever. He's been the most successful Phillies manager in franchise history. What they did yesterday, they promoted Lehigh Valley Iron Pig manager Ryan Sandberg to be the third base coach. Now, you read between the lines, it looks like the Hall of Famer who, if you remember, actually came up through the Phillies minor league system before an ill-fated trade to the Cubs. Let's hit off a Hall of Fame career for Sandberg. He is now back in Philadelphia. Third base coach, I think he is the manager in waiting. So keep an eye on that. Hey, you know, you might want to start thinking about heating your home this winter. You could do it for less with American Premium Coal Sales. They offer locally mined quality anthracite at a very, very fair price. It's available for pickup or delivery. And you know, if you order 6 tons or more, you'll qualify for a $10 per ton discount. Now, want more information? You got to contact American Premium Coal Sales. There's the number. It's even toll-free if you're outside of the area. And they're there Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. There's their Saturday hours. Boy, can you beat good old-fashioned anthracite coal to heat your home?
Bobby Valentine fired yesterday by the Red Sox, no surprise. October 5th, 2012, the first Friday of the best month of the year, which is debatable, of course. Hi, everybody. Let's review. The Hazelton area Cougars lost to Pittston area 26-21 in Yatesville last Friday night. The Cougars trailed 26-7 in that one before making a run while scoring 14 unanswered points in the final stanza and traveling deep into Patriot territory near the end of that contest. The Cougars are 1-4 and the Patriots are 2-3. Marion Catholic lost its first game of the season to North Schuylkill in Fountain Springs 21-6. The Colts are 4-1 and so are the Spartans. On Saturday, Penn State steamrolled the Fighting Illini 35-7 in Champaign, Illinois. The Lions have won 3 in a row. They're 3-2. What else? Well, staying with last Saturday, number 8 West Virginia outlasted number 25 Baylor 70-63. Quarterback and leading Heisman candidate at the moment, Geno Smith, threw 8 touchdown passes while passing for 656 yards. He finished 45 for 51 and still has not thrown an interception this season. He had 2 more TD strikes than incompletions. Baylor's losing quarterback wasn't too shabby either, throwing for 581 yards and 5 TDs while breaking RG3's school record, which he set last year at Baylor. An unbelievable game. The Eagles beat the Giants 19-17 on Monday night. The NFL officials are back, but they made some horrendous calls too. Their honeymoon is over. A Cincinnati Reds pitcher, Homer Bailey, hurled a no-hitter against the Pirates. In golf, Europe rallied past the U.S. to win the Ryder Cup while matching the greatest comeback ever in Ryder Cup history in Media, Illinois. Pocono International Speedway announced that Indy car races are returning to Long Pond. And last night, Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers clinched the night before last night. He clinched the Triple Crown with 44 dingers, 139 ribbies, and a .330 batting average. The last player to win the Triple Crown was Carl Yastrzemski in 1967, 45 years ago, and he won it with a .306 batting average. The last National League player to win the triple was Ducky Medwick in 1937, 75 years ago, mother of God. Winning the Triple Crown is almost as rare as no-cal pizza or bowling a .301. The B-ball playoffs are set. The Yankees, Tigers, A's, Nationals, Reds, and Giants are division winners. The Orioles and Rangers play tonight for the wild card entry. The winner plays at least 5 more. The loser goes home. Same deal for the Cardinals and Braves. By the way, the Oakland A's presently have the lowest payroll in the American League. So maybe on the horizon, there might be a new movie developing. Moneyball 2. Penn State has unbeaten Northwestern tomorrow at Beaver, and Notre Dame has Miami tomorrow night at Soldier Field. And finally, look for 1-4 Hazelton to upset 4-1 Crestwood at Harmon-Geist Memorial Field tonight. Till Monday, stay loose.
All right, thanks to Fred and Ron. Have a great weekend. Now, if you're looking for something good to eat tonight, maybe you don't want to cook because it's Friday, look no further than the Valley Regional Fire and Rescue Company. Today, firefighters are selling chicken barbecue takeout dinners. They started at 3 and they'll sell till they sell out. The takeout dinner includes half chicken, a baked potato, coleslaw, roll, and dessert. All that good food for just $9. You can pick up the great dinner at the fire station on Main Street in Cunningham. There will also be apple dumplings on sale for $3.50. All the money raised goes right back to the fire company to help out with equipment and training. And remember, it's going on right now. Jasmine Brooks is coming your way next on News 13. Why some students were saying peace out outside of the classroom today. The story is ahead. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Good night.
Peace out, bullies. That's the message students from one local school are sharing in a big way. Anti-Bullying Week may end today, but all year long, students in the Hazelton Area School District are kicking bullying to the curb. How the Freeland Elementary Middle School is taking a stand is coming up right now on News 13.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazelton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Well, students at one local school are saying peace out to bullying. Hundreds of kids took it to the baseball field Friday afternoon to display their important message in a big way. News 13 stopping by the Delacroix Field in Freeland, where the entire student body of Freeland Elementary Middle School made a giant peace sign. The message? Peace out, bullies. The enormous blue peace sign comes from the school's matching t-shirts made especially for Anti-Bullying Awareness Week. The 8th grade students are the leaders of the school and excited to be involved.
Today is all about to peace out bullying, and it's a fun and unique idea, and the students can all get involved.
I want to say peace out to bullying because it's wrong, and we want to set a good example to the younger kids.
We want to make sure that bullying just doesn't stop this week with our kickoff. We want to make sure that the students know every week, every month, every day that bullying needs to stop.
Gahan says the school will continue with special anti-bullying events all year long. From parent night to a bully-free incentive program, Freeland Elementary Middle School has several upcoming events. The school also invites you to check out their website, where they will continue to share updates and photos with the public. It's a new street drug that looks like a piece of chocolate. The candy-like hallucinogen is called Smiles, or 2C1, and has already been linked to several deaths, including young teens. Now that Smiles has been created and is showing up all over schools in the country, synthetic drugs like bath salts and spice are no longer poison control's top priority. The psychedelic drug has side effects similar to ecstasy and LSD and can leave the adult users tripping for days. But the drug also brings some scary side effects.
Temperature is oftentimes the most fatal of the consequences, and the body temperature can hit 105. Mortality can happen at almost any point. Blood pressure, of course, if it spikes too high, but all of these things really just go to say a body under extreme stress. And those are adult consequences that you were reading here. So if you put that same volume of drug into a very tiny body, the results could be catastrophic.
Catastrophic and even deadly. The drug has been blamed for several teen deaths. Along with the drug, it can be coated with chocolate, like I said, but Payne warns that the public should know that it can alternate its look. He adds the drug has reached Pennsylvania, but hasn't yet been exposed to Smiles locally. A Hazleton police officer was hurt during an altercation with a wanted man Thursday night. Bryant Piguero of Hazleton, now behind bars. Police say they were called to 135 East Noble Street Thursday around 8:30. Someone at the home had dialed 911 to report a suspicious man standing outside who possibly had a warrant for his arrest. When police found Piguero, he first gave them a false name, struck the police officer, and then tried running. Officers continued to try and take Piguero into custody, but he continued to be combative. One police officer was hurt and taken to the hospital. Piguero was indeed a wanted man, and in addition to the charges he already faced, is now slapped with a long list of new serious charges, including assault and possession of drugs. No word tonight on how the injured officer is doing. Well, the wife of Vice President Joe Biden, Jill Biden, will be making a stop in Hazleton in support of her husband and his boss, President Obama. According to Obama campaign staffers, Mrs. Biden will be making her way all throughout Pennsylvania with a stop in Hazleton sometime on Monday. Mrs. Biden will be speaking on behalf of Obama for America. Also on Mrs. Biden's agenda for Monday will be a stop in Harrisburg, Scranton, and Allentown, and then on Tuesday, Reading, Lancaster, and Philadelphia. A campaign worker at the Hazleton Obama for American office on Broad Street confirmed that Jill Biden will be visiting Hazleton. Details have not yet been disclosed on Biden's arrival time or the location of her address to citizens. The city of Hazleton, will have a new administrator leading the way alongside the mayor and council. Mayor Joe Yanuzzi has announced that the current public transit director, Steve Hahn, is his choice to replace Mary Ellen Leib. Today, the mayor released a statement saying that he took a look at the city staff inside City Hall and found someone who has the experience and determination to carry out all the job duties as city administrator. Hahn previously worked as Butler Township manager, then was chosen by the mayor to be the public transit director. He talked with Hahn today about the appointment.
It makes me feel great that the mayor considered me and asked me to fill in that position. I'm honored that he thought of me and thinks that I'm a person that can do that job for the city.
No secret that the city's facing some financial troubles, but yeah, it doesn't seem like you're shying away from it. You seem like you want to tackle them and try to move forward.
I think that the city is at a point where it can decline or move ahead, and I think we're in a position that this really can move ahead. The downtown needs to be looked at and revitalized. We really have to, the city needs some support in terms of a tax base to be able to get some more revenue coming in, to be able to support some of the things that need to be supported. But it's a changing community, and you just have to find ways to find the positive things and move those ahead, have some vision for the future, and I'm sure this administration is going to be doing that.
Mary Ellen Leib has been at the helm of the city's finances since August of 2008, when she was appointed as acting city administrator by former Mayor Lou Barletta. Leib announced her retirement back in September and cited personal reasons for her retirement from the city. Leib has worked for the city of Hazleton in many roles since 1991. Hazleton City Council will have to approve Steve Hahn's hiring as the city administrator at the next meeting coming up October 17th. Many in Greater Hazleton area are happy that the pools at the 4 of the Hazleton Area School District elementary middle schools will be open to public swim in just a few weeks. Folks can't wait to dive right in. With the cooler temps setting in for the fall and winter season, School Board Director Dr. Bob Childs believes that this is the perfect time for the pools to be open to the public. The pools will be available evenings for public swimming beginning on October 15th. Each of the 4 elementary middle school pools will open for public use from 6 to 8 p.m. one night each week on a rotating schedule. The pool at McAdoo-Calares School will be open Monday evenings for public swimming, and that will begin on October 15th. The Valley Pool will be opening starting on Tuesday, October 16th. Heights Terrace begins on Wednesday, October 17th, and Freeland every Thursday starting October 18th. Now, there will be a fee for adults and children to swim at nighttime, $3 for adults and just $2 for children. Dr. Childs explains why the fee was set.
What's happening here is that we are trying to make it so that you can blend the monies that come from the community organization, which is going to be the arm which can raise money, and we're going to meld that with what the school district is putting into these pools to maintain temperatures, to maintain the water supplies and whatever. So we have every intention of melding sources such that you get good use of the pools during the daytime for teaching swimming classes, and then at nighttime for the community to be involved.
During many of the school board meetings, students, parents, and teachers asked the board to reopen the pools, but the district did not change their mind until this budget year, when the board voted to use budgetary reserve to open the pools back up. Now, Dr. Childs would like to thank everyone that was involved in making this happen, including the teachers that are volunteering their time, the lifeguards, and the YMCA. Any person or organization interested in joining the effort or for more information on the program can contact Dr. Childs. That number 455-9589, or call the YMCA at 455-2046. Coming up on News 13, a bike run that was canceled a few weeks ago is now back on, and all the details are coming up. Plus, we'll take one more look at that forecast. Big changes are on the way, so get that jacket ready to go. Plus, we'll stop by one local eatery where art was on the menu. The celebration is where we're headed next. Let's try this again. The Freeland Police Association has set a new date for the annual bike run. It was canceled a few weeks ago because of bad weather, but everyone has their fingers crossed this time around. This will be the second annual bike run to help out the Northside Police Department. The new date, October 13th. The Police Association helps officers and the borough out when it comes to buying new equipment for the department and with training. Council President Bob Quinn Jr., who helps plan the bike run, explains the day for us.
Starting at 11:30, the run's going to leave. It's roughly 100 miles from Freeland out through Whitehaven, the Poconos, Lehighton, hometown, and then back to Freeland. We're also holding it in conjunction with the first annual Front and Center Car Cruise, which is also being held that same morning here in Freeland. So we're going to have a lot of classic cars, we hope. The police run, the bike run. From what I understand, the car cruise is also going to have some entertainment with music and also some vendors. So we invite everybody to come over, and all the proceeds benefit from the bike run for the police association for equipment, training, and that type of stuff.
Cost of registration is $15 for riders or $25 if you have a passenger. The cost of the meal just $10. The free registration includes a meal, beverages, and prizes afterwards. Souvenir t-shirts will also be available, and the theme is Remembering Our Heroes. Registration forms are available at the Other Side Bar and Grill. More information can be found on Facebook by searching 2nd Annual Freeland Police Association Bike Run or by simply calling Bob Quinn. It was the first of its kind to the Hazleton area, a celebration of art in a party atmosphere. News 13 stopping by Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery Thursday evening to check out the work of several local artists. Rachel Mrack is a freelance artist and art teacher who takes her work up and down the East Coast. Mrack uses her art to relax and express herself. Events like this one allow her to share her work with others and meet new people.
It's just great to get out and meet people and meet other artists and just see that there's a lot of good things happening in this area.
I think first and foremost, the greatest thing about this is we get to introduce the artists that already live in this area to everybody else. So it gives people an opportunity to not only appreciate incredible art, but also meet the artists behind the art.
Barada organized the event in hopes to inspire others and maybe even create some new artists, plus to draw attention to the unbelievable talent that's right here in Hazleton. The celebration of art invited the entire community, all ages. The art gathering was to beautify, unite, have fun, and inspire. Thursday's artwork was for sale. Well, the weekend's here and you better have 2 separate wardrobes because Mother Nature, she's gonna go from one extreme to another. Let's check out the weather tonight, first starting in Schuylkill County, where we're going to see partly cloudy skies tonight with a low reaching 54 degrees. Checking out the 4-day outlook, Saturday, we're going to see a chance of showers, partly sunny besides that with a high of 67 degrees. Your low down into the 30s, 38 degrees. Sunday showers are likely, cloudy skies with a high of 52 degrees and again 33 degrees for the low. Monday and Tuesday, the sun finally shines a little bit more. Monday for your Columbus Day, mostly sunny skies with a high of 54 degrees and your low hitting 36. And then for Tuesday, sunny with a high of 60, your low picking up a little to 40 degrees. A nice rainbow from Casalavin Carebrera of the Hazleton Area School District. She is tonight's creative condition. We say thank you to her for the artwork that she has helped to bring the Greater Hazleton forecast to you tonight. Tonight, increasingly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers. Your low, 51 degrees. Taking a look at the 4-day outlook, showers over your weekend with a high of 61 degrees on Saturday and a low of 39 degrees. On Sunday, we are going to see a chance of light rain, and it's going to have a high near 50 with 36 degrees for your low. For your Columbus Day in your Greater Hazleton area, we're going to see mostly sunny skies with a high of 50 degrees, 35 for your low, and Tuesday just sunny, 55 for the high and 40 degrees for your low. Tonight's weather brought to you by Sand Springs Country Club, where they have weekly restaurant specials each and every day. All specials, of course, are served with a soup and salad. Tonight, haddock Mediterranean, just $11.95, and you'll get your seasoned haddock peppered with lemon, butter, and baked till it's nice and flaky, topped with tomatoes, olives, and basil, feta cheese too, served with a vegetable. They're located at 10 Clubhouse Drive in Drums. Give them a call, 788-5845. More news headed your way next, including Freddie B with all your sports action tonight. And if you want to get those fresh fruits and veggies, well, you better head down to downtown Hazleton Saturday because it's your last chance for this season's farmers market. Hazleton's downtown will host its very last farmers market of the season tomorrow. On Saturday, the farmers market will open up shop at 9 a.m. Not only will you find the freshest locally grown produce, but several events will be happening on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. with Frankie's Pizza, who will be putting on a cooking demonstration. Plus, a guest vendor from Penn State will stop by, and even some Halloween festivities thanks to the Hazleton YMYWCA. There is always free parking in the nearby parking garage. Hope to see you on Broad Street outside the Markle Building as we say goodbye to the season's farmers market in the downtown. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Of course, you can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or go to our website, ssptv.com. There you're going to find everything Greater Hazleton, Schuylkill County, and beyond, just one simple click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Columbus Day.